Here with the man behind Ringstar Promotions, here with Richard Schaefer. Richard, we have a big fight that we just announced right here. Obviously, Leo Santa Cruz versus Abner Mares, the rematch. First fight was incredible, as you stated, over 2,000 punches thrown. And just how big is it that this rematch is finally happening?
Well, it's one of those fights we as fight fans, first and foremost, have all been waiting for. There was always a question, when is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? And here it is, June 9th, it is going to happen. Right here at the Staples Center, the scene, there's the same scene as from the first one. It's going to be an enthusiastic crowd. We already sold over 5,000 tickets in less than a week. It's going to be a sellout. $50 are the tickets. So one of the biggest fights, one of the biggest rematches we all have been waiting for has been made official today.
Now, obviously, everybody's anticipating also the co-main event, which is Jermell Charlo. Do you have a name for Jermell so far? Or
yeah, we're working on finalizing that. I have a pretty good idea who it's going to be, but I don't really want to talk about it. It's going to be a separate announcement, a separate press conference. Today, the focus was really on Leo and on Abner. And on announcing this great rematch.
Now, you obviously have an incredibly close relationship with both fighters. I remember you signed Abner, you found Abner, you did everything with Abner. Almost the same thing with Leo.
Yes.
Since the first fight, out of the two, who do you think has improved the most?
Well, you know, the first fight was very close, and obviously Leo, after this fight, went into two hard-fought fights against Carl Frampton, 24 exciting rounds, close rounds, and so I think Abner is probably, of the two of them today, maybe a bit of the fresher guy. You know, and has really impressed since he changed trainer and has now the great Robert Garcia in his corner. He's undefeated with him since then. I've seen them working together in the gym, in the Garcia gym out in Oxnard. They really mesh very well. Abner listens to Robert, and Robert obviously has put forward the perfect game plans. I mean, Robert's first fight with Abner was against Cuellar, a big puncher, Argentinian puncher, and you see how he neutralized, how Abner neutralized Cuellar and ultimately stopped him. So there's a tremendous chemistry and bond between the fighter and the trainer with Robert Garcia and Abner Mares. So, you know, I think it's a 50-50 fight. We don't know who is going to win. The one thing we do know for sure, that it's going to be another toe-to-toe battle. You mentioned it before, over 2,000 punches thrown in the first fight. I see something very similar here, just because both fighters are only capable of fighting one style, and that is toe-to-toe, absolute and ultimate excitement. And so I can't wait.
Now, ultimately, the fans are going to get a treat. Again, if they haven't seen the first one, they should check it out. Get entice themselves for the second one, get their tickets. Let's talk about a couple of other subjects that have happened. I know you're very close with Floyd Mayweather. Have you heard what happened to him yesterday? And
yes.
The scene. Just your thoughts and a message on what do you think? What's going on?
Well, you know, it's unfortunate. I don't know the details, what exactly happened. I haven't talked to Floyd, but certainly a very scary and very sad situation, and you know, that's why, you know, Floyd and other athletes as well, they surround themselves with protection, because there is, and not just for Floyd but for other people as well, there is a lot of crazy people out there, and you know, I certainly hope that the bodyguard is doing well. I've known him for a long time, and I wish him a speedy recovery.
When this fight was originally announced, they did it in New York, they did this big media luncheon. June 9th was an open date. Top Rank had an injury, they had a situation going on, and now they booked June 9th as well in Las Vegas with Jeff Horn versus Terrence Crawford. Just your thoughts on dueling events on the same night, considering the situation.
Look, we had booked that fight June 9th for a long time, and you're right, it was announced months ago in Showtime, and as a matter of fact, I think the Horn-Crawford fight was supposed to happen at another date.
In April,
it was announced for another date, and then it had to be rescheduled. And, you know, I understand that they have scheduling conflicts, because ESPN is a huge network, and they're not available every night. Now, this particular fight is going to be on an app, on an ESPN app, and I cannot imagine that the ESPN app would not be available a week before or a week after. So I am a little bit like confused why it would be on that same date. Because I think if you're ESPN and you wanna launch your app and you wanna get the biggest possible audience, you would wanna stay clear of one of the fights every fight fan was looking forward to, one of the rematches or one of the closest fights in recent history, in recent memory, a fight between two Mexican superstars, a 50-50 fight right here at Staples Center for free on Showtime. Now, why would you go against that? I don't know, but I'm sure they must have their reasons. I don't know what they are, but I'm sure they're good ones.
Well, ultimately, just your thoughts on June 9th and what the fans should expect here at the Staples Center.
Well, you know, first of all, I believe in the best fighting the best, and that's what we're going to see. These are certainly the two best featherweights, certainly two of the most exciting fighters pound for pound. There's no discussion about that. And two guys, when they are in fights, they throw punches in bunches. Now you put those two together, it's 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2, it's 1 + 1 = 10 or whatever. It's a big fight, it's for LA, it's for pride. You heard it at the press conference, it's for their families. Each one is fighting for their families, for the betterment of their families. It is for boxing and it's for all of us fight fans on June the 9th. And you know what the amazing thing is on this whole thing? For $50 at Staples Center, you can watch it live. And I can't wait. Get your tickets, get them now, because over 5,000 tickets are gone already.
Thank you for your time, Richard.
Thank you.
Hey Fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps. If you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure you do so by clicking this icon right here, or else.